So we're back again with another commentary. Just got done doing the commentary for my first game of Madden 13 against a human opponent, and I'm really going to try to do a better job this time. So let's see if we can see any improvements in the commentary. If you think so, leave a comment in the comment section. So, aside from just getting the first game of Madden 13 out of the way, the thing that I've been looking forward to the most in Madden 13 is Connected Careers, which is essentially online franchise, just players only. Now, what players only is basically you get 32 people in a league, all humans, that get to control one player. So, for this instance, I'm the Steelers and I'm Mike Wallace, and I'm playing against the Broncos, and he's Jacob Tammy. So the way that it works is we only control our player. Now, when you want to call for the ball, you press the A button. You're running the routes, and if you think that you're open, you press A and get the quarterback to throw you the ball. Now, throughout the league, everyone can choose different players. I might be Mike Wallace. Somebody else might be Julius Peppers. Somebody else might be Peyton Manning. Another person might want to be Calvin Johnson. Somebody else might want to be Drew Brees. And on and on and on. You could be cornerback, safety, any player in the league, but you just pick the one player from the team that you're controlling. So, if you decide that you want to be, Larry Fitzgerald, then the Arizona Cardinals are your team. And then every week, just like a weekly schedule, you basically play against, your schedule, the real life schedule. So, one week, if I'm Mike Wallace, I might actually play against a cornerback. I might play against somebody that's going to be Tracy Porter. So it could be a one-on-one battle throughout the entire game. Or I could be playing someone that is a defensive lineman, a quarterback. So each week, it's like a different experience. But what happens is the computer will play defense for you. So as you saw in the first couple plays, I wasn't controlling anything on the defense. It was all computer controlled. Now that I'm on offense, I get to call the plays. And even though I'm Mike Wallace, I call a running play and we pick up 7. I mean, to me, a lot of people really like to have control over everything, and I completely understand that. It's that competitive nature of wanting to do everything, wanting to win, wanting to try to be the best. I don't really care about trying to be the best. I do play to have fun. And to me, this mode is extremely fun. I motion my wide receiver out manually, and I call the run play, and I'm just hoping that the computer, can pick up my yards. I want to kind of keep it balanced and get a little scheme going on. Well, not necessarily a scheme, because it's not like I can do anything when I run the ball, but just, some balance is what I meant to say. So we're 3rd and 4, and clearly I'm going to be looking to get open here on a pass. I just throw that up. And I don't know how I come down with the ball. There's definitely, as you'll see as the game goes on, there's definitely some times where you're going to call for the ball when you shouldn't, and you're going to get picked. There, the computer throws it to the computer. And here I do a nice little quick drag over the middle, and I just press the A button, and the computer throws me the ball. I got 2 catches for 31 yards. Then I do a nice little drag slant over the middle of the field. We got 2nd and goal from the 2. A fullback dive. We're down at the 1. Then I try to run a route, and I don't know what happened there. I hit the A button. The guy threw it to me. It's 4th and goal from the 1. Try to keep it realistic, and the computer kicks my field goal. This is the part that I love. Now, throughout the game, my opponent happened to say that somehow, I don't know how it was, but he kicked the field goal. Now, he also said that because, I guess, of the player that he's being Jacob Tammy, so when there's field goals being kicked, he's out on the field, so maybe that's why it allowed him to kick a field goal. I wasn't allowed to kick a field goal, maybe because I'm Mike Wallace and I wasn't out on the field. I don't know exactly how that works. So, you have to figure that out, but I love the idea that if you're not on the field, the computer kicks it, because that just adds more to the risk of kicking long field goals and things like that. It's way too easy, So he throws the ball up into, quadruple coverage, incomplete pass, tries to throw the ball to himself again, and Polamalu makes a nice diving play, and he's just getting jammed up real nice there. The computer throws over the middle, 4th and 1. There's nothing you can do. So here he says he has excuse me. See, he's on the field there. I don't know if you noticed his icon, but he was able to kick the field goal. So I'm definitely want to look into that because that could have an impact on who I control. Because if I'm going to get into a competitive league, maybe I want to be the guy that's kind of on the field so I can kick field goals. You see what I'm saying? So I've really been looking forward to this mode. I think that I've played in leagues too long where it's always the same guys, man. I said in my other video, my impression video, it's always the same guys finishing at the top. And there's just guys out there that just can't compete. Even if you've got, players that are good, they're still just not as good as the very good players. The ones that just always win. So the reason I love this mode is because anybody can compete. It's going to be a season, if you play it in a franchise like this, where anybody has a chance. You're only controlling one player. I mean, yeah, you can run routes and you can get some really nice stuff going on. Maybe you're a great route runner and things like that, but overall, I mean, maybe you're just out of luck. Your defense sucks, or you get a couple, bad breaks on, when the computer's controlling your defense and things like that. So I just love the idea that anybody has a chance. I'm going to be in a league with guys that, haven't been the greatest over the years, and I hope that they do well. I hope they beat me. I'm that type of player. I just really enjoy that. I try to go deep. Terrible. As I said in my first game, I literally just got done playing that Steelers-Seahawks game. So I still don't really know how to go deep. I haven't really played this route very much, or this game very much, and as you can see, the deep route is still giving me troubles early on. So we got him 3rd and 7, and the computer throws to the flats. He actually makes a really nice block, but we agreed to punt on 4th down, so he punts the ball. And I get Mike Wallace over the middle. We got a nice, tight game. I can't remember the last time I was in a game that was 3-3 in the second quarter, this late in the second quarter. Just goes to show, I mean, this kind of mode, you don't have that total control. It's all about having fun. We make a nice, sick catch there, getting down to the 3. It's all about, just, you don't have total control. It's all about having fun and seeing who can lead the league in different aspects of the game. Like, if there's 10 wide receivers in the game that are controlling just the wide receiver, now it really matters. Like, the stats. Who's the leading receiver in the league? Like, years before, guys, I would win games nonstop. I would go 15-1 season after season, 16-0, 14-2, year after year after year. And you know what? I never had stats, ever. I had Brandon Marshall and Vincent Jackson last year, and neither guy had 50 catches on the year. Because my scheme has always been just take what's there. So I just kind of, run schemes that just no one can really stop because I'm just going to take what's there. I'm not abusing one player. For instance, Dez Bryant had a 2,000-yard receiving year last year, and the guy finished 4-12. So, I mean, there's kind of no point in that because when you're controlling the whole team, I mean, who cares if your guy had 2,000 yards receiving? You went 4-12. Big deal. But now you're controlling the guy from start to finish. So who's going to lead the league in receiving yards and touchdowns and rushing yards? If you're a defensive end, in sacks. If you're a defensive back, who's going to lead the league in interceptions? It's really going to, tell who's the best receiver, who's the best safety, things like that. So I know this mode isn't for everybody. There's a lot of guys that I'm like, hey, man, you want to play in this league? He's like, nah, that's gay, man. I ain't playing that shit. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? And it's just, these kinds of guys that they just want to do everything. They're highly competitive. They hate to lose. Just the idea of them not having total control and the possibility of losing because they can't do everything. By the way, that was almost a pick six right there. He pitched that thing and almost took it to the house. But they just don't like the idea of losing. And to me, I could care less. I really could. And to me, this is an extremely fun mode. I gotta work that deep ball out, man. I am terrible. Unbelievable. But I haven't really been paying too much about to Polamalu here. But Polamalu in this game, in the game that I played against my buddy there in the first commentary I did, Polamalu was ridiculous. In this game, Polamalu is everywhere. And, in Madden 10, Polamalu was a guy that I traded for every year. Anytime I could get my hands on Polamalu, I'd get him. And it looks like he's back to form. Polamalu's making a difference in both of these games that I've seen. So we're up 13-3, and I feel like I've been talking nonstop, so I don't know if my commentary has been good like I hoped. But, again, I'm just trying to get better, guys, man. My phone's ringing. Just ignore that. Actually, let me go turn that down. Okie dokie. Is that Polamalu again? Look at that. Look at Polamalu. This dude is ridiculous, man. He's making plays all over the field. Tries to go deep. And I don't get it. So, basically, now that I've done this, again, Polamalu, look at this guy. It's the computer controlling the defense. And, my guy's running, my opponent is running routes, whatever routes he wants. And Polamalu just seems to be everywhere making plays. If I'm anybody, I would stay away from Polamalu this year without a doubt. So, now that I've done the commentary video showing you one of the modes that I'm looking forward to the most, if you're still watching after 12 minutes of me doing terrible commentary just because you like my videos, or maybe it's because you like this mode a lot just like I do, and maybe you muted me, I don't know. But if I'm not muted, I'm going to start a league for all my YouTube subscribers and some other guys that I know of just players only. Now, my only request from you guys is that you are really interested in this mode. If you're not interested in this mode, or if you're the kind of guy that quits, I'm the kind of guy that I'll get pissed off if you join and you quit. I really will. Like, I will get pissed if you do that kind of stuff. So I'm looking for the hardcore guys that want to play, want to finish it out, are looking forward to this mode. And I think Connected Careers is going to be amazing this year. And, EA said that they were initially just going to take it out where if it was like two computer players playing against each other, because that might happen. If I control a wide receiver and you control a defensive back, then in another scenario, your offense might be going against my defense, and we're just sitting there watching. Neither of us is on the field. And EA said that initially they were just going to make it so that you could sim through that. And after they had all the community guys down there, like Shotmaster and S. Gibbs and all them guys, they said literally they were, like, you have to envision it as being in like an Xbox party or like a chat party. They were literally there sitting on the couches or sitting in the room playing the game, going nuts, like cheering for their team to win, like to score, And I love that. Like, when my defense is out there, I'm like, come on, make a play. And again, Polamalu with the big hit stick. This guy is ridiculous, man. I'm trading for Polamalu without a doubt. 42 seconds to go. 13-6. I get the fumble. Looks like I'm going to win the game. And I don't know what happened there. What happened there? I don't know what happened, but I got the fumble. Anyway, it's 13-6. There's 14 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 4 on my 7-yard line. He's got one timeout. He gets down to the 5-yard line. 4th and 1. 10 seconds to go. He runs the route, passes it over the middle. The computer throws to the computer player instead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Runs out of time. There's nothing he can do on the 1-yard line to tie it up. And I'm sitting there watching. I have no control over what he's doing. I mean, I can't tell you how fun that experience is to be sitting there. There's nothing I can do. He's driving. He's trying to tie up the game. And I'm excited. I'm sitting there cheering for my defense to hold on. And there's nothing I can do. If he ties it up, he ties it up. And if he doesn't, I just think that it's going to be a lot of fun. So message me on Xbox, user pick for 6, and join my league.